season. Top weight Ablaze is our favourite. Short as $1.95, got out as big as $2.05, now back into even money. BT Junior, $2.70 out to $2.80. Michelin at $7.50, and then a buffer to those in double figures. Shamal, best of those at $17. So looks like it's a two-horse race between Ablaze and BT Junior. Horses in the mounting yard here. BT Junior at $2.80. They're the two. It's a race in two, according to most punters. Michelin, the drifter, out to $8, and Don't Be Shy out to $18. Nothing backed at a bigger price to knock off these favoured runners. So Ablaze and BT Junior, $2 versus $2.80 with Bet365. We'll head back into the yard and have a look at the last few that we missed before the race. Mike, Michelin's the first one that we'll pick up here for Patrick Payne. He didn't get there with Tally Ho, Twinkle Toe or Slowpoke, but can he do it with this guy?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, this horse is a really promising novice chaser. You saw him on debut over the bigger fences, beating Flying Agent in similar conditions at Ballarat, and that was a terrific debut by Michelin. He was then comfortably beaten by the Dominator at Pakenham. He put in a couple of sticky jumps there. I note that he's trialled well since. This is a step up in grade for him. But I do think he's got the ability, and I think he'll be one of the top liners in seasons to come.
We'll go back and have a look at horse number 5, Luke's, that we missed. Eric Musgrove chasing another win in this race.
He's a consistent horse, Luke's, but at this level I think he's just a touch outclassed, and I don't think he likes really heavy ground, so I think he will struggle in today's conditions.
Okay, that's him, Eric, chasing a third win in this race, 23 years after his most recent one. On to horse number 7, which is accounted for, won the Great Western Chase last Sunday. This is tougher.
Yeah, he's progressing nicely, though. Like, he was beaten by Elverson at Casterton 2 starts ago. He turned the tables on that horse last start when he was a really impressive winner at Coleraine. Heavy track, no problems. Yeah, he's heading in the right direction, but this is a real step up in grade for accounted for, so he'd be a minor contender at best.
Steve Pateman's won the race 4 times as a jockey. Can he do it as a trainer here with Mapping?
I don't think so. I think Mapping is outclassed against this lot.
What about the 9 Underground Fighter for Tony Rossellini? He's been placed in plenty of these big ones. He just seems to find 1 or 2 better.
He's had 48 jump starts in his career. Can you believe that? For 2 wins and 11 placings. He can pull a decent run out of the bag from time to time, but it seems like his form is on the slide at the moment, so I'd be surprised if he could be competitive, particularly on the wet ground against this lot.
And the second of Eric Musgrove's runners, the old boy, the 12-year-old Tremec.
He's been an honest horse over many seasons, Tremec. I just couldn't see him in this lineup figuring, and I think the wet ground will be against him as well.
All right, Mike, they're behind the barriers. We're a minute out. Your final word, are you with Ablaze or BT Junior?
Yeah, I've been flip-flopping on this all week, but I've decided to go back into the Ablaze corner. I think he's got the runs on the board. I think he's a bulletproof jumper. I've got enormous respect for BT Junior. I think he's the up-and-comer, and I think he'll be a star in seasons to come. I do think it's a 2-horse race with a significant gap back to Michelin in third.
It's going to be
1 ahead of 3.
Good luck to you. It's going to be a ripping contest, Ben. Before we head trackside to Rick McIntosh, looks like a 2-horse race. Is that the way that you're seeing it? Do you have a leaning to one over the other?
I don't. I'm hoping Ablaze can just create a bit of history. Geez, it would be a phenomenal effort to win a Grand National Hurdle and also Grand National Steeplechase. But what we heard from Rick earlier, Don't Be Shy. At $20 there, gee, I think on an each-way basis, he could run a huge race.
We've had the delay, but everything is in readiness now for the feature of the day, one of the features of the jumps racing calendar, the Grand National Chase. Rick McIntosh, as we head trackside to you, it's been won by all the greats of jumps racing. A new name will be etched into the history books today.
Yes, and many of the riders riding too have not won it before. It's a race that's been dominated by Pateman and Cully in recent years, recent times, but they're moving in here. The E-Cycle Solutions Grand National Steeplechase. 4,500 metres. They're jumping 14, 7 a lap, only 1 in the home straight. Shamal comes up. He lost the rider in this race last year at his Aussie debut. He's about to come into line. He's gone in his Don't Be Shy. The Ghostly Grey. Try to turn back the clock. Ablaze, you can get $2, plenty of black and white. $2.90 BT Junior, $9.50 Michelin, 18 Shamal, Don't Be Shy, 21. Here comes Accounted For, also 21, the Great Western Chase winner from last Sunday at Coleraine. And BT Junior just missed beating Ablaze in the national hurdle. Let's see how he goes here. Lee Horner winning with Instigator in the JJ Houlihan earlier. They're racing in a national. Ablaze came out running. He's going towards the first jump in front, but he's going to have company from Luke and also Shamal, who take it up from him for the time being at least. BT Junior is fourth in the early stages, and they're out by 2 lengths to Mapping and Michelin. Then next as they jump the second is the grey Don't Be Shy. Accounted For is around the outside of it. 2 or 3 lengths further back to Tremec and Underground Fighter. He takes up his usual spot, watching it all unfold at the back of the field. Luke went clear at the 1600 metre mark on the first round. He's going to lead them to the back straight for the treble up there. He leads by 3 lengths on the hot pot of Blaze, unbeaten in his 5 jumping starts. 3 lengths further back to Shamal on the outside of BT Junior and neck away fourth on the inner. 2 lengths Accounted For and the ghostly grey Don't Be Shy. 1 further back to Mapping, then Michelin. 2 lengths further back to the 12-year-old Tremec, and Underground Fighter is the last one. Up and over the first to the treble up the back. Luke is a good jumper, although he forgot to pick his legs all the way up there in that second one, but up and over it by 3 to Ablaze, who's got something to follow. BT Junior, speaking of following, he's following Ablaze closely. Shamal on the outside is fourth as they leave the treble behind now down the back and sweep to the side. Next was Don't Be Shy from Accounted For, who's covering ground, then Mapping. 2 or 3 lengths to Michelin. Ridden a patient race early on. Second last is Tremec, and Underground Fighter is the last one. So down the side of the track, there's one to jump up, coming up shortly. Here's Luke. He comes to it in the famous Karazi colours by 3 lengths on Ablaze. 1 further back to BT Junior and 1 behind him, Shamal. Don't Be Shy, 5th in the run, wider Accounted For, and then Mapping. 1.5 lengths further back to Michelin and 2 further away in the races, Tremec, and last of all is Underground Fighter. So around the home turn they come with a lap and a quarter to go in the East Cycle Solutions Grand National of 2020. Normally, they come from everywhere and brave the cold to see it. You're home in the warm of your lounge room now, but the spectacle's going to be just as good. Here's the now only one in the home straight coming up for Luke. He's going to come to it about 3 or 4 in front of Ablaze, and he jumped it well. Third, BT Junior on the fence, and then on the outside, Shamal from Accounted For. Mapping's inside of Don't Be Shy, Michelin. They're getting splattered back here with mud. Then followed by Tremec and Underground Fighter as last of all. So a lap of the track, of the Sportsbet Ballarat track they've got to go in the East Cycle Solutions Grand National. Can you believe they've won almost 2 million between them, just over the up and overs alone? 181 starts for 41 wins and 40 odd placings. It's an amazing record this lot have. They've got 7 jumps to go in this final lap, 2,200 metres out. Luke is out in front. He's the pace setter and he's doing it nicely by 4 lengths on the unbeaten jumper Ablaze. 1.5 lengths away, third BT Junior and 2 for the back Shamal. 2 behind him, Don't Be Shy. Mapping's on the inside of Accounted For and 2 to Michelin. They were followed 3 further back to Tremec and 2 further back to Underground Fighter. So they pass where they started from a lap ago to the stable for Complex Double. Over 1. Now Luke up and over 2. He's looking at a boil over. He's out by about 7. Ablaze is second. Third placing is BT Junior, ridden a patient race. Horner's going for the feature double. He got Instigator home of all things in the JJ Houlihan. Next was Don't Be Shy with Shamal. Mapping has saved every inch of ground so far. Then Accounted For. Michelin has had a nice economical free run. He's last. And of the bunch, Tremec has been attached and Underground Fighter is behind him. Can Luke keep on going? He's jumped the first to the treble up the back and he's still got 5 or 6 on Ablaze. Jackson just riding his own race. He's idling along in second. BT Junior third. That wasn't his best leap. Shamal's on his outside. Then Mapping followed by Accounted For. Don't Be Shy's losing a bit of ground there. Just plugging. Michelin goes to the outside. Luke to the next one. The last to the treble up the back. He's all out, but he's 6 or 7 in front. Ablaze is second. BT Junior is third. Then followed by Shamal. Mapping. Don't Be Shy is dropping out. Luke is taking small footsteps now. 2 left to dump. The one on the side, the one in the straight on the Nationals his. He's 3 to the favourite Ablaze, who's got him in his sights. BT Junior just idling away. Still following Ablaze everywhere. He seems to have something left. Michelin is coming into it really nicely though. He's putting the pressure on Ablaze and BT Junior to go. Luke Luke's all out. So Ablaze goes to the lead. BT Junior, he's travelling, but it looks like he doesn't want to take him there just yet. Michelin has run to third, then followed by Luke, Mapping, and the rest are racing for the appearance money. BT Junior on the home turn. This would be a big scalp. Ablaze has never been beaten at the Caper. Michelin is third. They round the bend. Horner already with a JJ Houlihan. He's got one to jump. BT Junior going for redemption over Ablaze. Oh, gee, he didn't put in the best leap at all. Ablaze is coming again. BT Junior, 200 to go. He's all out. I'm all out. The crowd, there's only 20 people here. They're roaring too. BT Junior, it's your day, Lee Horner. He's coming away, and he'll win the E-Cycle Solutions Grand National by 5. Ablaze lost no admirers. Michelin ran third. Fourth in was a game Luke. Fifth, Photo, give it to accounted for over Mapping, and the rest are going to trot home, not completing the course in the National. Take it away, James. BT Juniors won the National from Ablaze and Michelin.
Oh, incredible scenes, Rick. It was an incredible race. It was billed as one and it lived right up to that, Ben Ascari. How about that finish and how about BT Junior? What a day for Lee Horner. What a day for Rachel Cunningham. They've got a big one. They've beaten Ablaze and in the end they've done it comfortably.
Oh, what a race, James. And Luke's and Aaron Lynch really made it a fascinating contest because he travelled so boldly out in front. You wondered at one stage, were these big names going to be able to run him down? It became apparent coming towards maybe the third last fence that, yeah, they were going to get him and it was going to be a race in 3 between BT Junior and Ablaze. Michelin poked up along the inside and you thought, hang on a minute, is there going to be a boil over? And then the big two settled down to fight it out. And BT Junior, who throughout much of the race didn't look to be travelling or jumping as well as Ablaze, all of a sudden he found a second wind and he was too strong. Things got a little bit interesting coming to the last there, getting his head up a little bit, but all's well that ends well. And a red letter day for Lee Horner, a treble on the biggest day of all for the jumps jockeys, and a day that he should be proud of.
Including the two big ones. And I reckon he'll be really happy with this one because he did receive a bit of criticism on social media for his ride on this horse last start when he got too far back. It rocketed home and nearly beat Ablaze. He's come out here and really responded.
I'll be interested to know, if we have a chat to Lee, whether there's been a decided difference in his attitude today to put these horses closer to the speed. He led with Flying Agent, who previously has got a long way back. He sat just in behind the 2 leaders and Main Dangers on Instigator, and he tracked Ablaze everywhere he went today in the running for the feature Grand National Steeplechase. He couldn't have ridden his 3 horses any better today, and he's deserved the success for 3 outstanding rides, and he really has been the star of the show along with BT Junior. But Rachel Cunningham's been a star of the show as well, and she would be absolutely thrilled by this performance.
Yeah, we're going to do our best to get Rachel on the line. The biggest win of her career. We've got Mike Simons on the line, and Mike, Ablaze loses no admirers there with the big weight, but ultimately he's run into a pretty smart one in BT Junior, who deserved a big win.
Wasn't it just a fantastic race? I just thought tactically it was just an amazing contest. As you noted, BT Junior was ridden much closer today, and I think that was because the pattern at Ballarat, it's very difficult to make ground from well back in the field. But Lee Horner gave BT Junior a fantastic ride there, and congratulations to him to win 3 races on the showpiece day of the jumps racing season for 2020. So congratulations to Lee. Ablaze lost no admirers at all, giving away 6 kilograms and was still really strong to the line. So we've got 2 fantastic steeplechasers in Ablaze and BT Junior, who'll be competing at the top level for many seasons to come, hopefully.
What was going through your head probably 500 metres from home when you had Ablaze and BT Junior had Michelin off their backs that loomed up with something to offer? It really set up a mouth-watering final couple of furlongs.
Yeah, I must admit that I thought BT Junior was travelling slightly better than Ablaze the whole way round. BT Junior put in a couple of jumps where he lost a little bit of ground, but he was quickly back on the bridle again. And I just thought Ablaze was being niggled at a lot further from home compared to BT Junior. So it didn't surprise me when BT Junior put 2 or 3 lengths on him quickly at about the 600 metre mark when the pressure came on. But to Ablaze's credit, he kept on fighting on. And if BT Junior hadn't have made that mistake at the last, Ablaze also knuckled as well. It might have been a little bit closer, but at the end of the day, BT Junior was just a better horse on the day.
it really sets up now an exciting rivalry going into next season between these two horses. Throw in the mix the likes of Tally Ho, Twinkle Toes, and I'll tell you what, I know we're just finishing the 2020 jumps racing season, but 2021 is probably going to be even bigger.
And it's an amazing achievement to think that BT Junior has won the biggest steeplechase for the season at his very first steeplechase start. So he jumped like he'd been fencing all of his life. So to do that at his first steeplechase start, it's like Wells when you showed that program earlier in the day on Wells, and he won the Grand National Steeplechase on debut. It's very difficult to do, so it augurs well for the career that BT Junior's got ahead of him.
Mike, how excited are we all going to be? I know we're just finishing this season, but for Warrnambool next year, when you throw in the likes of BT Junior, I don't know if a Blaze is heading there, but they're already talking Gallywoods for Instigator. Slowpoke Rodriguez, you think is going to be coming back. I don't know when Tally Ho Twinkletoe will be coming back next season, but this we've seen. It's almost like this season with the COVID interruptions and everything. It's just going to be an entree for what should be just about the biggest season in some time next year.
And you can throw in horses like I Know for Hay, who are profiling really well. They've just had a couple of starts this season and put away for next year. So, it's mouthwatering, the talent that's going hurdling and chasing at the moment. Let's just hope we can all get to Warrnambool in May next year to enjoy it.
Well, that's the thing we're all hoping for. And remiss of me to not mention the horses we saw in the first race today. Flying Agent, who is headed towards Warrnambool next year. And I think like the likes of Wolftone and Eckhart, when they get away from like a bottomless heavy 10, they could be really exciting hurdlers going forward.
Yeah, I think you can forgive Wolftone for today. I mean, he clearly was struggling in the conditions after they'd gone about sort of 300 or 400 metres and was brave to just keep on, following them around. So I think back on firmer ground, Wolftone will be a very competitive horse in a race like the Gallywood Hurdle next season. So I wouldn't be putting a line through him at all. But, we've got a lot of talent, lightly raced talent, heading in the right direction towards the feature races in 2021.
Mike, it's been a pleasure having you on all throughout the jumps racing season. Thanks for spending your Sunday with us once again.
Thanks, guys. Good luck. All the best.
Mike Simons there, our jumps racing expert on racing.com. We've got winning trainer Rachel Cunningham on the line. And Rachel, what a moment in your career. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It's unbelievable.
I know you've always had a lot of faith in this horse right throughout the season. Take us through your emotions watching that one unfold.
To be honest, I'm going to have to sit down and watch it again. I didn't watch a lot of it. I'm the most superstitious person I am, so I sort of stand by myself and don't watch a lot of it.
And Rachel and Lee's done a terrific job. He stalked a Blaze everywhere the favourite went, and he's been supreme today. And you've had a good relationship with Lee for right throughout this season and stuck fat today.
Yeah, Amy and Lee are one of our best friends. So we and I had so much confidence in the way Lee would ride him today. I knew that he'd make the right choices. Obviously, this being his first steeplechase start, we threw him straight in a national. There was a lot of naysayers out there that said we were being really ambitious, but we thought he was good enough. And this is the one day that it was being proved right. I'd like to mention, if I can, my husband Peter, who does all the work on this horse. It's very much a team effort, and my mum at home, who keeps everything going, and she's at home with our two young girls now, so I have to thank those people.
Well, take me through the development of this horse with you and Peter. I know when he came across from New Zealand at the start of this season, you had your first impressions of him, and you maybe didn't think he was the horse that he's turned out to be.
No, I mean, he's a very good flat horse. Sean Ritchie, he trained him and is still in the ownership, but he won 9 races on the flat, so, he was a proper open handicapper. And we sort of maybe initially questioned how far he would actually stay, but as he's progressed through his prep, he's got unbelievable stamina.
And I know, like a lot of good horses, he's got plenty of attitude away from the track as well. I think he knows he's pretty good.
He's so arrogant. He's the most arrogant horse. It can be quite frustrating, but just looking at him now, he's pulled up so well. I couldn't be prouder.
He's given you your biggest win as a trainer here in the Grand National, which is the aim of many people that train jumpers. What's the future hold for him? Could he go and tackle a Jericho Cup in November? Do you aiming up at a Grand Annual at Warrnambool next year? What's next for him?
I don't know. We talked about this on the way up here today, and I think we just have to sit and regroup. I don't know about the Jericho on the flat. He can lose a bit of interest on the flat. He's a funny old horse, but Yeah, I don't know. I think his jumping still, he's still making mistakes and was quite new today, so that'll improve again.
And what do celebrations look like tonight? I know we're very limited with lockdown in Victoria. How do you and Peter celebrate?
We'll probably go home and probably get very drunk.
Sounds good to me, Rachel. Go and enjoy the win. Well done.
Thank you very much.
And all credit to the winner. Blaze gave all, but probably the 72 kilos, just talking to Declan Maher after the race. He said probably the 72 kilos and the really heavy conditions was told. He jumped well, he travelled well, but probably just beaten by a better horse on the day, and it was a great race.
On to win a maiden hurdle at Ballarat, and you could hear what it meant to Jim Conlon. So just so much effort goes into getting these horses to win over the obstacles, and well done to Jim and all connections with getting the result for Beau Balmain.
We talk about some horses that might be able to take that next step and be genuine top liners next year. Home by Midnight is one of those. He's a stakes winner, I think a multiple stakes winner on the flat. This was his first go over jumps, and it was a dominant win.
It's just another one of these horses. Wolf Tone, Home by Midnight, Eckhart, just exciting hurdlers that could go to the next level next season. Couldn't have been more impressive winning his maiden there under Steve Pateman.
The second of Lee Horner's wins for the day. We spoke about that instigator in the JJ Houlihan hurdle, so we don't need to look back on that. This was the first of the chasers, the benchmark 120, and again, maiden jumps win for Declan Maher. He's no stranger to the winner's stall with all of Kieran's winners, but as a jumps trainer in his own right, this was his first win.
And again, a great story with Declan Maher, but another horse looking towards next season that could take that next step and be a genuine top liner. Gee, there's some exciting depth to the jumps racing ranks.
And we capped it all off with the grand final of the jumps season, the Grand National Steeplechase. It was billed as a two-horse race. It turned into almost a three-horse race there with Michelin in third, Ablaze in second, tasting his first defeat. But well done to Rachel Cunningham and Lee Horner with BT Junior.
Yeah, exactly. Right throughout the Caulfield program on Saturday, it's going to be a belter.
Thanks for your contribution today. Also to Mike Simons. Hopefully you've enjoyed the jumps racing action. Backed a few winners at Moe as well. From racing.com and the team here, we'll catch you next time.